Hi, today we're going to be making dark chocolate chili pepper sauce with caramelized bananas. And for the bananas, you are going to be needing agave, brown sugar, butter, and obviously a banana. And for the chocolate sauce, you will be needing a little bit of cayenne pepper, not much, just like a pinch, like a few drops of imitation rum, and because this is school, we're using imitation. Normally people use real, chocolate chips, semi-sweet, and some cinnamon. For your bananas, you're going to need to make sure they're approximately ½ inch a piece, because if they're thinner, they'll be too thin and the heat will just make them wither and die when you caramelize them. Next, you're going to turn your stove on approximately medium heat. That looks about medium. And then we are going to use a cast iron stove to cook the bananas. First, we're going to let the cast iron stove heat up so everything gets approximately the same amount of heat. We're using cast iron because it has a lower specific heat than for, say, stainless steel. And we want the lower specific heat because it will heat up slower. The goal of caramelizing is to slowly get the sugar out of the banana. We don't want it to cook fast because then it will not caramelize. Next, we are going to take our butter and just place it in the pan. It will melt while the pan is heating up. Coming out. Take your bananas and kind of just like smush them around so they're coated in the brown sugar. Now we're going to take the bananas and we're going to put them into the pan. It'll sizzle a little bit, which is good. And you're also going to turn your burner to low heat. Over here. Come on up to this. Then you're gonna just kind of move these around and just kind of like keep turning them so they don't burn. And keep flipping them on all sides to make sure all sides get cooked. Okay. I'm going to put my bananas onto the plate and let them sit out for a while. Be sure that you don't put the bananas in the fridge because then they will just get soggy, which will taste awful. Now we are going to make our chocolate sauce. And the current temperature of the chocolate is about 24 degrees centigrade. Next, you're going to pour them in to the stainless steel pan. And the stainless steel is okay because even though it has a lower specific heat, so it heats faster, you don't really need to caramelize this or anything else, so a low specific heat is okay. It's on kind of a medium-low heat because you don't want it to turn too much. And we're going to stick our thermometer in as the chocolate starts to melt. Next, you're going to add some agave to keep it sweet. And you just want to kind of pour a little dab, but if you add a lot of it, it'll just make it gooier and it won't really kill anything. And then you're going to add the chili pepper, which sounds kind of weird, but it kind of brings out, the spiciness brings out the sweetness of the chocolate. And we're going to stir it. And you want to stir it so that the chocolate evenly starts to melt. And I'm checking my thermometer right now, and it's rising to almost 29 degrees Celsius. So chocolate melts very quickly on the heating curve. But now it's approximately 33 degrees, and it's staying 33 degrees. The temperature's not changing, but the chocolate is melting a lot, and it's still staying 33. So right now, it's going through the phase change on the heating curve. And this basically means that energy is being added, but the heat does not change, which allows it to melt. As you can see right now, it's melting. So now I'm going to take my thermometer out and just keep stirring. Okay. Now we're just going to add the imitation rum, which just gives it a nice aroma and a little bit of like a bitter taste. Now I'm not really sure how the imitation rum is going to work because normally I use real rum, but since this is school, it'll be a new experiment. Okay. I forgot to mention earlier that the chocolate and the bananas were both cooked through convection. And convection convection is heat transfer. So after the pan is heated, the chocolate touches the pan, therefore it gets hot and melts. Same thing with the bananas. When the bananas get the heat from the pan, they caramelize. So next we're going to pour the chocolate over the bananas like a hot fudge. So we're just going to pour a little bit over and just like drizzle it. Delicious. Next we're going to put the chocolate into the fridge. While it is in the fridge, the temperature will continue to get colder. Once the temperature starts to remain the same, but energy it continues to lose, it will go through phase change. After this, it will become a solid. After the chocolate cools and changes phase into solid form, you can shave some of the chocolate onto the bananas and you have a perfect dessert.